Imagine waking up one morning and noticing the moon looking just a little bigger than usual. Maybe you'd think, oh, that's romantic. But then, a few hours later, it's twice as large. Then 4 times, and then you realize it's not just big. It's getting closer. The moon is falling. Now, the moon is about 384,000 kilometers away from us. It's been hanging out there for billions of years, quietly controlling our tides, stabilizing Earth's wobble, and giving poets something to write about. But if, for some bizarre reason, gravity decided to throw the moon out of its orbit and send it straight at Earth, well, things would get messy fast.
Hey, I just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. It's been a while since we caught up. Are you free for coffee this weekend? And it wouldn't stop there. As the moon approached, its gravity would start tugging directly on Earth's crust. Imagine earthquakes so powerful that mountains crumble like sandcastles. Volcanoes all over the planet would suddenly erupt because the ground beneath them is literally being stretched apart. In some places, the land would rise and fall by hundreds of meters in a single day, like Earth itself was breathing and having a panic attack. Meanwhile, in the sky, things would get terrifyingly beautiful. The moon would loom overhead so close you could see individual craters with the naked eye. But you wouldn't have time to admire the view. The stress between Earth and the moon would eventually rip the moon apart. Instead of one giant ball, we'd suddenly have a glowing ring of debris around Earth, like Saturn's rings, but sharper, deadlier, and falling down in fiery pieces. And then comes the final act. If the moon's core stayed intact long enough to actually collide with Earth, the energy released would be unthinkable. We're talking about an impact powerful enough to melt the entire surface of the planet. The collision would throw so much rock and dust into space that, for a while, Earth and Moon would no longer exist as separate bodies. They would merge into one giant, molten sphere, a brand new world, glowing red-hot, circling the sun. But let's rewind for a second, because not all outcomes are equally catastrophic. If the moon broke apart earlier before it hit us, the debris could spread into orbit. Some pieces might crash down, yes, but others could remain circling Earth, forming a permanent ring. Humanity wouldn't survive the initial chaos, but if any did, they would live under a sky with a massive, shimmering halo instead of a single moon. The tides would be gone, the night would never be truly dark, and Earth's climate would be completely unstable without the moon's steadying influence. And that's the point. The moon isn't just decoration, it's a cosmic safety net that keeps our planet balanced. Without it, Earth would wobble unpredictably. Seasons would become extreme. Maybe one year you'd get snow in the Sahara and the next, deserts in Antarctica. Life might eventually adapt, but it would be a very different kind of life than what we know now.
So the next time you look up at the moon, don't just think about werewolves or romantic walks. Think about how much we depend on it being exactly where it is. Because if it ever decided to fall, well, let's just say you wouldn't want to be here to watch.